Director Catholic and Visit. Member, Director Curriculum, Juan S. Soriano. Member, Mr. Rene E.C. Garcia. With the technical group, we have PWG's head, Mr. Jerry De Isla, Mr. Jesus Almanzano, Mr. Enrique De Jesus, Mr. Rogelio Garfor, Mr. Joshua Angel Ron. We also have Ms. Veronica Nicolas. For the Secretariat, we have Attorney Rodrigo Montelaga Jr., Ms. Rachel B. G. Secretariat. We also have our head, Attorney Francis Benedict P. Villar, Mr. NLC Simon, Ms. Marichu Maria, yours Alana Choriawa, Ms. Monet Vergara, Mr. Edel Marie Monroy, Mr. Dominic De Quiros, Ms. Agnes E. Villegas, Ms. Eden D. Castillo, Mr. N. Giovanni Castro, Mr. Mark Salario, Mr. Jerome E. Estelita. For the representatives from the offices of the commissioners, we have Ms. Denali, Lorraine, and Miranda. For the respective caterers, we have Ms. Luz Suli and Ms. Louis A.
For the conference rules, we have the following. This pre conference is open to all interested parties. Questions will only be entertained after the presentation of the SPAC chairperson and the secretariat and during the program. Questions must be brief, concise, specific, and relevant to the meeting at hand. All questions must be addressed to the SPAC chairperson. Participants may raise their hand whenever the SPAC chairperson asks. For those who want to raise their hands or suggestions anytime during the presentation. Once acknowledged, requests and submit on proceedings.
number 25-04-0979. We conducted the preliminary conference on April 15, 2025, 10 a.m. Training room 2, 4th floor, Bureau of the Treasury, Palacio del Gobernador. Now, the invitation to bid was posted on the following on May 29, 2025. PhilJEP's website, Comelec website, Comelec LED TV information wall at the ground floor, the 5th, the 7th, and the 8th floors, and the SBAC information bulletin board at the 3rd floor of Femi Building Annex in Intramuros, Manila. We shall be opening the bids on June 18, 2025, 10:30 a.m. Also in this venue, training room 2, 4th floor of Palacio del Gobernador. The notices for the pre-bid and bid opening conference were sent to the following on May 29, 2025, representative of the Office of the Chairman through the Head Executive Assistant, representatives of the Office of the Commissioners, Project Management Office, Project Control Group and Allocation Committee, Internal Audit Department, Procurement Management Department, Finance Services Department, and the Education and Information Department as our end user. Likewise, on May 29, 2025, this was sent to the following observer, Honorable Eleanor Pancho, the Supervising Auditor of the Office of the Auditor Commission. Executive Director of the Mr. Eric Alvia, Secretary General, Mr. Roberto of PCCI, and Ms. Evelyn Simpson, National Chairperson of Leaders who have put the bidding documents.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Now for the discussion on the proper marking and sealing of the bids to be submitted by our respective bidders. We invite everyone's attention to the presentation on the screen.
This lecture is prepared by Attorney Francis Bennett, P Radio 2 Talk, exclusively for use by the Commission on Elections Special Bids and Awards Committee, with the use of written lecture-to-speech AI.
Welcome to the pre-bid conference for the current project or projects of the Special Bids and Awards Committee. One and more, please by the project. Thank you in coming up with a responsive and successful bid. All right, let's start with the sealing and marking of bids. As you may already know, we are adopting a two-envelope system. Thus, your main envelope submission should contain two separate envelopes, namely and the financial component. The technical component envelope shall contain what? Your eligibility requirements, also referred to as Class A documents, which includes legal documents, technical documents, and financial documents. If applicable, it should also contain Class B documents in case of joint venture. The financial component envelope, meanwhile, shall contain your bid proposal, which consists of an accomplished and signed bid form and a price schedule form. Each bidder shall submit one main or original copy and 3 additional copies of the first and second components of his bid. Here we have an illustration of how the component envelopes and their copies are placed in the main envelope. The technical component documents in 4 copies are placed in the technical component envelope. The financial component documents also are placed in the financial component envelopes. The 2 component envelopes are then marked and sealed and then placed inside the main envelope, which must observe proper marking and sealing. Should there be a discrepancy between the main copy and additional copies, the main copy shall prevail. Unsealed or unmarked bid envelopes shall be rejected. However, bid envelopes that are not properly sealed and marked as required in the bidding documents shall be accepted, provided that the bidder or its duly authorized representative shall acknowledge such condition of the bid as submitted. The committee shall assume no responsibility for the misplacement of the contents of the improperly sealed or marked bid, or for its premature opening. All envelopes shall contain the name of the contract to be bid in capital letters, bear the name and address of the bidder in capital letters, be addressed to the Commonwealth Special Bids and Awards Committee, bear the specific identification of this bidding process indicated in the invitation to bid, bear a warning, do not open before. The date and time of the opening of bids as indicated in the invitation to bid. And now let's discuss the different documents which must be included in the technical component envelope. First, a valid Phil Guest registration certification, platinum membership, all ages, in accordance with section 8.5.2 of the IRR of RA number 9184. Pursuant to GPPB Resolution number 15-2021, the bidder shall only submit a valid and updated Phil Jeffs certificate of registration and membership in lieu of Class A eligibility documents for purposes of determining eligibility. Second, a statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. Please use Annex A of Section 9 of the bidding forms for this purpose. Here we have a template of Annex A, which you need to fully accomplish and sign. Don't forget to fill out everything that needs to be filled out, and also to sign. Third, a statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract, or SLCC. Please use Annex B of Section 9 of the bidding forms for purposes of your SLCC. Here we have a template of Annex B, which you need to fully accomplish and sign. Don't forget to fill out everything that needs to be filled out, and also to sign. Now please note of the definition of similar contracts of the SLCC, which is indicated in the bidding documents. Please also note of the period within which the similar contract had been completed prior to the deadline of submission and receipt of bids. Please note further that for each lot being bid, the bidder must have completed a single contract that is similar to this project, the value of which, adjusted to current prices using the PSA's CPI, must be at least equivalent to 25% of the APC of the project. Any of the following must be attached to Annex B as proof of SLCC and users acceptance, or official receipts, or sales invoices. Let us emphasize that again. Collection receipts cannot substitute for the submission of the official receipt. Only the following are acceptable as documentary proof of SLCC and users acceptance, or official receipts, or sales invoices. All right, moving on. Fourth, a bid security through a notarized bid security declaration per Annex C of Section 9 of the bidding forms. Please do not forget to include the official receipt as well. The amount of bid security will depend on the mode. If it is in cash, cashier's or manager check, bank draft or guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit, it must be equivalent to at least 2% of the total ABC. If it is in the form of a surety bond, it must be equivalent to at least 5% of the total ABC. Here we have a template of Annex C, which you need to fully accomplish and sign. Don't forget to fill out everything that needs to be filled out, and also to sign. Next, conformity with Section 6, Schedule of Requirements, and Section 7, Technical Specifications. You can find these requirements and specifications in the bidding documents. Still another document that needs to be included in the technical component envelope is the original of duly signed and notarized omnibus sworn statement, or OSS, per Annex D of Section 9 of the bidding rules, and AF in case of corporation, partnership, or cooperative. Original of duly signed and notarized secretary's certificate. 4T partnership resolution or special power of attorney, whichever is applicable. 4B, in case of joint venture, original of duly signed and notarized special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OXS and do acts to represent the bidder. 4C, in case of sole proprietorship. Original of duly signed and notarized special power of attorney, giving full power and authority to its authorized representative to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. For the financial documents under the technical component envelope, we are also requiring the net financial contracting capacity, or NFCC, computation per Annex E of Section 9 of the bidding forms. However, in lieu of the NFCC computation, the bidder may instead opt to submit a committed line of credit from a universal or commercial bank per Annex T, 1 of Section 9 of the bidding forms. The committed line of credit granted to the bidder by the bank in such case must be equivalent to at least 10% of the total ABC of all the lots being bid. Now, in case the bidder is a joint venture, Class B documents must also be submitted. If applicable, the original of duly signed and notarized joint venture agreement, or JVA, in case the joint venture is already in existence, or original of duly signed and notarized statements from all the potential joint venture partners, stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the instance that the bid is successful per Annex F of Section 9 of the bidding forms. Please note that each partner of the JV shall submit their respective PhilJEPS certificates of registration in accordance with Section 8.5.2 of the revised IRR of RA number 9184. The submission of technical and financial eligibility documents by any of the joint venture partners constitute compliance, provided that the partner responsible for submitting the NFCC shall likewise submit the statement of all its ongoing contracts and its audited financial statements as indicated in Annex A of PhilJEPS registration certificate platinum membership shall be used for computation of the NFCC. And now for the next envelope, which is the financial component envelope. The following documents must be included. First, for each lot being bid, you must submit a duly signed and accomplished financial bid form per Annex G of Section 9 of the bidding forms. Second, a price schedule. For each lot being bid, please use either Annex G1, which is the price schedule offered from abroad, or Annex G2, which is the price schedule offered from within the Philippines, as may be applicable in your case. Just a reminder, bids not addressing or providing all of the required items in the bidding documents, including, where applicable, bill of quantities, shall be considered non-responsive and thus automatically disqualified. Where a required item is provided but no price is indicated, the same shall be considered as non-responsive. However, specifying a 0 or a dash for the said item would mean that it is being offered for free to the government. In short, do not leave any item in blank. Use 0 or dash if item is free or has no cost. Finally, as for the post-qualification requirements, the lowest calculated bidder shall be required to submit to the committee within a non-extendable period of 5 days from the opening of bids all the documents and samples indicated to be submitted in the bidding documents. And there you go. We wish you nothing but the best in your participation in our bidding processes. This lecture is prepared by Attorney Francis Benedict P. Ray-Yo Tutar, exclusively for use by the Commission on Election Special Bids and Awards Committee, with the use of written lecture-to-speech AI.
Okay, so thank you.
Madam Chair, the Secretariat will now be flashing on the screen the technical specifications for the items which are subject of this bidding.
Okay, please proceed.
So for item one, it's election day posters. Size is 457.20 mm by 609.60 mm plus minus 10 mm on both directions. Plain code CAL 12, minimum of 200 GSM, full color print, and UV laminated. For item number two, brochure, size is A4, 2 folds, 3 panels, folded crosswise, full color print, back-to-back digital printing, and the paper materials should be C2S80. For item number three, comics, size is A4, folded crosswise, portrait layout, full color print, back-to-back digital printing, paper material, C2S80, binding, stapled, both top and bottom of center page, and maximum of 12 pages per copy, back-to-back. For the delivery requirements, Madam Chair, the delivery period is within 20 calendar days from receipt of the LPP. The delivery site is the Property Division Administrative Services Department, ground floor, Shipping Center Building, Ace Royal Avenue, Intramuros, Manila. For the definition of the single largest completed contract, it should be printing, supply, or delivery of forms or other printed paper materials. Must be completed within 7 years from the deadline of submission and receipt of bids. And I believe the bidders are required, or the lowest calculated bidder is required to submit one sample for each item. That's all, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you, Attorney Chair. So we are now opening the floor for any comments or suggestions, especially coming from the leader. We have here with us the end user representatives of the Education and Information Department. And actually, they brought with them samples of each of the item to be bidded out. So feel free to inspect the samples.
Actually, these samples are still under the final version. Pero ito na po ito.
Yes.
This is for the poster. And then, this is the comics already printed in CQS. But I think this is 100, so we're only specifying 80, CQS 80. And then the brochure is 2 folds, 3 panel, back-to-back printing, color print.
Okay, thank you. So you all have seen the samples. Do we have any questions, especially from our bidders? If you have questions, you can approach the microphone actually, state your name, the company that you're representing, and your position in the particular company. Yes, sir. Can we use the microphone?
Good morning po, I'm Mr. Labo ng ICC Community. Ang tanong ko lang po sa sito is 80 ma'am. GSA po ba ma'am siya o PAMS?
So the question is it GSM
Or PAMS ma'am?
or pound? So can we ask our end user, please?
It's C2S 80 GSM.
Thank you po.
Okay, any more clarifications po? Especially If you do not have any questions on the text specs, how about the delivery period? Are you comfortable with 20 days from the issuance of the notice to proceed? Okay po sa inyo yun? Kaya po?
Yes, ma'am, kaya.
Okay, so clear po ba yung specs po natin and meron pa? Clear?
Excuse lang po, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Alam ko ito. Doon ma'am sa sito is 18 GSM. Di po po ba manipis ma'am yun?
I think suffice lang yan kasi special lang siya kasi i-distribute na naman siya sa mga
C2SE lang po.
okay lang po yung citizen kasi medyo
So, ma'am,
baka
yun po yung,
ma-
excuse lang po. Yun po ma'am yung pinaka-manipis na sito is ma'am 80 GSM po eh. Equivalent sa 60 pounds po ma'am.
okay lang po yun sa amin kesa naman po yun.
Thank you po.
Hindi magkakaroon ng issue sa backlog.
Yun po siguro.
Basta papel mo ba? Para magkaroon yan.
Ano po ba ang concern if it is 80, sir?
Baka yung pagtapos ng text from WhatsApp.
Baka mag-block? Hindi mag-block.
Ito yung mga gamit sa iyong magazines.
Ay, pinaka-malinis na.
Sample of the sequence.
Yan po yung 80.
Like kung paper lang, parang hindi siya appealing. Para maliit pag Oo.
No more questions po? No more? From or PWD? Do you have any questions, clarifications from the end user? No, that's not the moment. Others po, meron po questions? If none? Yes, Dr. Bas.
Pero kung mag-flash yung screen,
Tiger.
Madam Chair, ito na ang ibigay na kasi yung maraming
Over 30, over 30.
Over 30.
Over 30. Okay, so there is a suggestion here that we shall be placing in the title the date of the bar parliamentary. Any more suggestions? Now, if you have other queries, now you can use our query form and submit them to us within 3 days from today so that we can issue the necessary bid bulletin. Okay, so Attorney Gerard, you have announcement?
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Secretariat would like to make a few reminders for our prospective bidders. So the bidding documents may be downloaded free from the COMELEC website, secured from the SBACA Secretariat Office, and the bidder should pay the applicable fee prior to submission of their bids. For bidding documents fee, the fees may be paid in any of the following. It may be done in person to the COMELEC Cash Division upon securing order of payment from the SBACA Secretariat, or it may also be done online through fund transfer or through bulk deposit to the COMELEC's Land Bank of the Philippines at any LBP branch. Specified account 0012-104286. The proof of payment should be emailed to sbac.as@comelec.gov.ph. Additional reminders, prospective bidders should ensure that all forms are completely filled out and those that require signature are signed by the authorized representative of the bidder. Counter check the pages of the documents. Incomplete pages shall be marked as failed for the specific requirement and thus ineligibility of the bidder. Read carefully the contents of the bidding documents, such as, but not limited to, the instructions to bidders, bid data sheet, general and special conditions of the contract, schedule of requirements, technical specifications, and the terms of reference. Carefully examine the bidding documents as well as the bid bulletins. Late bids shall not be accepted. For requests for clarifications, you may do so by writing and address to the SBAC chairperson, Attorney Dennis U. Tamundong, chairperson, Special Leads and Awards Committee, AFS, COMELEC, through the SBAC AF Secretary Office, 305-A, 3rd floor, Annex Building, Family Building, A. Soriano Avenue, Intramuros, Manila. Email sbac.afs@comelec.gov.ph, and it should be done on or before June 8, 2025. That is all, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Attorney Chair. So with that, we would like to thank you for attending today's pre-bid conference. Thank you. Thank you all. We hope to see you June 18. Thank you.